Your professional headshot is one of your most important personal marketing tools. It's not just a picture of you, it has a job to do. That image of you has to go out and make connections with potential employers, with potential clients, with potential dates. If you're not getting that picture right, you could be leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. My name is Ben Marcum. I am a professional headshot photographer based in Louisville, Kentucky, and let me walk you through some of the biggest things that I see that you're getting wrong with your professional headshots. First things first, what are you wearing? Depending on where you're going to be using your professional headshot, you need to think about what your outfit is. This isn't about wearing a costume, it's more thinking about playing to the audience that you're trying to connect with. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you're wanting to go start working for a tech startup. Most tech startups that are kind of bootstrapping in are a little bit more casual. If you were going for that sort of an environment, you may not want to do a professional headshot in a suit and tie. To that room, to that company, that might make you feel a little bit stuffy, and team dynamics matter. People need to be able to look at you and go, that looks like somebody that's going to fit in with our group. That feels like we could be cohesive. Flipping the script on that, let's say that you were looking to be a big-time CEO, performing at the highest levels, lots of board meetings and that sort of thing. Maybe a suit and tie is the direction that you go. The good news is you can also do multiple outfit changes during a headshot session. So we can run the gambit of everything from casual to fully executive and everything in between. But before you come in for a session, just think about where you might be using these shots. Is it going to be on a company website? Is this going to go for trade publications? Is this going to go on a business card? Think about those and dress appropriately for each one of those situations. Next thing, you have to be genuine. I see this all the time where people will step in front of the camera and they will immediately just go with that big fake smile. And I get it. We are trained to do that from when we are little kids. Somebody points a camera at you and tells you to smile without doing anything to actually get you to smile. And that's why so many headshots look terrible. If you drive around town right now and look at billboards or the sides of buses, or you look at a lot of business cards or websites, you can tell that the person in front of the camera wasn't being genuine. They don't feel like them. They felt like they were just faking it. It's my philosophy that with professional headshots, it should feel like you and the person viewing the headshot are sitting across the table having a conversation. And the good news is it's not your job to do that alone. That's my job as your photographer. It feels strange to step in front of the camera and be the center of attention. And so people act. They're not really being themselves. They think they're doing what they're supposed to do. My job as your photographer is to coach you, is to guide you, and to get those genuine reactions and responses from you. When that happens, we get headshots that connect with people and they start to feel like they are forming a relationship and a bond with you many times before they've ever seen you in real life. Which leads me to the next thing. You're not going to a headshot specialist. Photographers have specialties just like any other field. So if you are having heart issues, you're not just going to go to your general practitioner, you're going to go to a heart specialist. If you're going to have LASIK surgery, you're not just going to go to your regular eye doctor, you're going to go to a doctor who specializes in doing LASIK. Same holds true with us. You wouldn't want me, a headshot photographer, to come and photograph your wedding. It would be okay, I would get decent images, but I'm not going to do as good of a job photographing your wedding as someone who is trained as a wedding photographer. Conversely, someone who specializes in wedding photography isn't going to do as good of a job with professional headshots as me, a professional headshot photographer. And there's a common misconception out there that doing headshots is really easy because it's just head and shoulders. How hard can it be? To do it and do it right, headshots are really hard. I trained for it. I studied under world-famous headshot photographer Peter Hurley. I was the first associate in this region of his training program, the Headshot Crew, and the first and only mentor in this region to be a part of that crew. So I train other photographers how to do it, but to do it really well, it takes some training. And what we'll see all too often in the industry is when times get slow for a lot of photographers out in the world, and they go, I need to make some quick cash, they do headshot minis. Here's the problem. You might save a little bit of money up front on the headshot session and your images, but if that image isn't working for you, how much are you losing in opportunity cost? Moving on, your crop is probably all wrong. So to start with, we need to define what a headshot actually is. It's a portrait of you from your shoulders up. That's it, that's all. What a lot of people are doing and calling it a headshot is they're getting all of this, from the waist. You can't see my waist, but you get the idea. They're doing waist up. That's not a headshot, that's a portrait. And then the other thing they do in that pose, because they Ricky Bobby you, because they don't know what to do with your hands, is they cross your arms. Don't do that. A, it's cliche. B, it's actually bad body language. You are telling the viewer that is experiencing your image that you're trying to keep distance from them. It's like, think about, a bouncer at the bar. It's kind of like, stay away from me. So it's not good for the image where you're trying to make connection. A proper headshot will be cropped from the shoulders up. And then think about how you're going to use those headshots. It's going to be posted on LinkedIn, right? How much room do you get to make an impression? You get about that much room, and people are scrolling on their phones. So this needs to make the connection. All of this is just taking up space. So use your space wisely. Make sure you're using headshots that are cropped correctly. And make sure you're paying attention to details. Every little detail matters. Before you go to your headshot session, make sure that all your clothes fit. It can look really sloppy to have big collar gaps if your shirt's too big, or if the collar's too small and it's pushing in and causing that sort of sausage effect. But then there's also other things to look at while you're working with your photographer. You don't want hair just randomly shelving across shoulders. It looks like you didn't care. It looks like just nobody was paying attention to details. I saw this on a billboard in town recently where somebody posted their headshot and the hair was just everywhere, and it made it look cheap. It was like, oh, well, if they're not going to pay attention to details for the business that they're trying to sell, what makes me think they're going to pay attention to the details if I was to hire them for whatever service they're doing? And I'm not naming names right now. That's why I'm being vague. In my studio, we work with the camera connected to the computer, so we make sure that everything is right before you ever leave my studio. And the last one for this video won't apply to all of you, but it certainly applies to some, and that's, you're doing it wrong if you're using AI headshots. I saw a ton of backlash on a couple of people earlier this week on LinkedIn who posted headshots on LinkedIn, admitted that they were AI images, and the comment section was full of people saying, so you're trying to put your genuine self out there, but you're putting something out there that's not actually you. And multiple people who were in hiring positions said in those comment sections, if I know it's an AI image, I won't hire you. As I said at the top of this video, your headshot is not just a picture of you. It has a job to do. It is there to help you connect. And AI images don't do that. While they have improved, they still look plastic. They don't get things right. As an example, Meta occasionally will take my headshot that I have posted on Facebook and try to show me what it looks like if we were to animate it. The mouth isn't right. The eyes aren't right. And you get that uncanny valley effect when you see one where you go, I know that's close to being human, but it's not quite human, and it just makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. If you're in Louisville or the surrounding areas and you need to update your headshot, please feel free to book with me. The link is in the comment in the description down below. If you have any questions about any of this, leave that in the comments and I will answer them as best I can. And if you made it this far, you might as well go ahead and hit the subscribe button.